I'm going to show you how to add 10, 20, even 30 yards to your drives with one simple tip. Today, we're going to learn how to load the trail foot. Did you hear me right? Load the trail foot to add clubhead speed and up to 30 yards with your driver. I'm PGA teaching professional Todd Kolb, Director of Instruction for US Golf TV, and you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't want more distance, and I'm going to give it to you right to the point. Let's get rocking and rolling. Here we go. Now, the key to more distance is more clubhead speed. We all know that. But the way to get more clubhead speed is to learn to properly load. So let me just hit a shot real quick because I want you to show you something. We're going to dive right into it, all right? And I want you to start taking notice of my trail leg, my trail foot, which is my right foot. Let me hit a shot here with the driver. All right, now for me, a good drive is probably around 275 to 285, depending upon the day and the course and whatnot. But let's start talking about loading of the trail foot and why that's important. Baseball, softball, football, tennis, almost any sport that we have played as a kid growing up, we learned just instinctively to load weight or pressure into a trail side, into a trail foot, into a trail knee, into a hip, leg, whatever, and then to push off it. Okay, if I just gave you a football or a ball and said, hey, throw me the ball, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna run a route, throw me the ball, you would grab it, you would just naturally load, might even lift the lead foot a little bit, and you would throw it. Okay, the same things happen in golf. When we rotate and we turn and we get into the trail foot, you get more power. So how can you do that? Well, let's talk about it. I'm gonna share with you a little tip that you see the all-time greats do at the end right here. So here's what I want you to do. Let me tee one up. The first thing is in order to get into the trail foot, we've got to release something so that we can get into it. All right, that's an important part to remember. In order to load the trail foot, I've got to release something so I can load into it. If I restrict it, how can I load it? So here's what a lot of you are doing. When you're set in there, you've been told, maybe even traditionally coaching, to keep the trail knee stiff and flexed. Well, when I restrict that movement, that restricts me of loading. So the first tip I want to give you is as you turn, I want you to release the trail leg a little bit, okay? Release it so that you can get into it. Let me go ahead and hit a shot the wrong way. Watch the right knee, here we go. Watch the right knee, I'm gonna restrict. Okay, now I know I exaggerated that a little bit, but you get the point right there. If I keep it flexed, I can't get into it. If I release it, I get it. So that's tip number one. Now, the question a lot of golfers ask me is, okay, Todd, I get it. Makes sense. But I'm into the trail foot, but where in the trail foot should I be? Well, you gotta ask yourself this question. Do you hook the ball or do you slice the ball? Okay, let's answer both of them. So let's say that you slice the golf ball, because that's what most of you do. But you want more distance. So we know we're gonna load, but we also wanna fix the slice. Here's what you're gonna do. As you load into the trail foot, I want you to feel like you're loading the pressure into your heel. Rotate, load, but load into the heel. If you load into the heel, okay, then as you push off the heel, you're going to be more inclined to push underneath and up and to the right, which is going to help you draw the golf ball. Let me go ahead and demonstrate. So here we go. This is the slicer. I'm going to load into the foot, but specifically into the heel. Ooh, that one turned over a little bit and it felt like it got a little bit more pop. So into the heel if you're a slicer. What if you hook it? Well, you know where I'm going with this. It's the opposite. You're going to feel. I don't want you to do it, but you're gonna feel like you're actually loading the foot, but you might feel like the pressure is more on the ball of the foot. Okay, you get where I'm going with that? Now, you might think to yourself, okay, what if I just wanna hit it straight? All right? That's a good question. Where if I just hit it straight? Into the arch. Okay, so let's recap here, and then I gotta share with you the all-time drill that I love for this field that I guarantee is gonna add distance just like that. So, in order to get more power, I've gotta learn to load. Throw a ball, I load. In order to load, I gotta release. You gotta release your trail leg so you can load into it. All right, if you slice it, feel it into the heel. All right, if you're hooking it, feel it more in the ball of your foot, and where we really want it to be is in the arch. All right, you got where I'm going. Now, let me show you one little last tip here. Let's tee another ball up. Love doing driver tips. Here we go. What's the tip? The tip is this. It's very simple. What I want you to do is when you take the club back, I want you to take your lead heel, for me it's my left heel, and I want you to lift it off the ground a little bit. And I got a little bit of a homework for you that you're going to do before this video is done. So here we go. I'm going to take the back and I'm going to lift the lead heel. See how I'm doing that? Why do you think I'm doing that? When I lift the lead heel, what happens? It gets me into that trail foot. So here we go. Release, lift the heel. Oh yeah, best one of the day right there. Now here's the homework for you. Search great swings. Jack Nicklaus, Sam Snead, the greats of all time, and look at their lead foot. Look at their trail leg, and you know what you're gonna see? You're gonna see the same thing that I just taught you here today. This little tips right here, loading the trail leg, is gonna add 10, 15, 30 yards to your drive, and more importantly, hopefully you learned a little bit today. It's gonna help you start playing better golf.